Back to throw Beathard. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Beathard. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now McKinnon. And he's got room. Got some real estate inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
'49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback. And no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
McKinnon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. He's going to get it running right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll throw here. Beathard. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gold now out to kick it away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the young men. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Simeon. And he's going to go down again. Malcolm Smith in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. Simeon in need of something big following that sack, facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Simeon. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The 49ers heading out, and if you listen real closely, you can hear it. The buzz right now that is around this 49er team. And look, they finished last year strong. Big reason why, Jimmy Garoppolo. So a lot of hope coming into 2018.
And I think you nailed everything that you're really talking about with this team, starting with Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think underneath it, I go back to the start of last season. Brand new head coach in Kyle Shanahan. Brand new general manager and a brand new direction. And they stayed the course despite starting the season with a long losing streak. Many people wondered if they would win a game, but they didn't panic, didn't rush out and get a lot of veterans for short-term help. Just said, this is our team. This is our structure. Let's go for it. And they kept doing that and finished the season with a 5-game winning streak led by, as you mentioned, Jimmy Garoppolo, and a lot of hope and optimism for the future.
Here's Beathard to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. He had the touchdown catch on the last drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Beathard. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Here's McKinnon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
They run it with McKinnon. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Gone! Now let's go. Green 39.
To throw is Beathard. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Pierre Garçon, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gold now out to kick it away. This will be taken very short, and he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Vikings heading out, and we'll have to see what the Falcons do this year, but we do know that the Vikings will not be the first team to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium because they had that shot last year, Charles. Came up short in the NFC title game, but this is a club that has retooled to make another run.
Still built defense first. In the image of their head coach, Mike Zimmer. And they have all-stars at every level. Start with Linval Joseph at defensive tackle. Move back to Anthony Barr at linebacker. Xavier Rhodes at cornerback. Harrison Smith at safety. They can do it all on defense. But the signing of Kirk Cousins on offense at quarterback signals that this is a Vikings team that wants to open things up a little bit. Get a little bit more explosive. And not have to play quite as many grinded-out games as they did in 2017.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
They'll fake it. Now Simeon. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Gone!
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll fake the handoff. Now Simeon. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. They go play action here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. So 1:51 to go in this first half of play. More from Minneapolis after this. To throw is Beathard. throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Detroit!
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Niners on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. This is Breida, and he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Simeon. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Gone! Here we go now. Blue Niners.
They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Detroit!
Simeon on 1st down. He's going to take another shot here. He's got a man, complete. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. And able to find Garcon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Back to throw, Simeon. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10.
Detroit!
A shotgun snap for Simeon. Steps away to his left. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there.
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. DeForest Buckner with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, here's Simeon. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Simeon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malcolm Smith in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like
I like when birds come in. Sounds like I got seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the